Hi, it's Carolee from Wise Woman Ways, and I'm trying to catch this beautiful sunrise. It just doesn't even do it justice on my little phone. It's actually so beautiful and pink and gorgeous with like instead of silver lining, there's like this beautiful orange and pink lining. Um, but I don't know how to zoom or do anything on my phone. But I did have some plans today. Hold on. I pulled over at the side of the road today because it is just so beautiful. I dropped off my son and I'm sorry, my husband and my daughter at work, and we only have one car, and I was going to go home and kind of get ready. Um, and I had plans today, but I kept driving out East End because the sunsets out here are just even more beautiful. There's another truck coming. Hold on. Um, but a little story I wanted to tell you was about my daughter's boyfriend. Wow, there's a lot of traffic out this way. Who knew? Way out at the end of East End, past Homer, there's so much traffic. I had no idea. Okay, I wanted to tell you a story about my daughter's boyfriend who switched around to a few elementary schools. He grew up here in Homer and he switched around to a few different elementary schools. And I think everyone's trying to get to work this morning. Maybe I'll sit in the car. Oops, dropped something out of my wallet. Okay. Oh, that might be better. Anyway, he was telling me how he was kind of disappointed that he went to these different elementary schools, and one was more academic, and he ended up at one that was a little more alternative, and that he would have what they called solar emergencies. And he was disappointed that he spent time, they would cancel class and go outside when the sun was out here in Alaska, and it would be a solar emergency, and they would just go enjoy the beautiful day. And he was telling me, sorry, not sorry. He was telling me that he was just disappointed because he felt that that was such a waste. And he's such an intelligent, smart, beautiful kid. And he just had this desire to have gathered as much knowledge, academic knowledge, as possible. But there is so much knowledge in stopping and enjoying the sun. And I know that just because I've had so many health problems where, you know, commuting through LA and trying to get to work on time and not having any kind of emergency where it was an emergency that you stopped your grind and your need to get things done and your schedule, and that it was a solar emergency to sit and enjoy the sunrise or the sunset or hear the moon set. Oh my gosh, it's the other way. The moon's setting around the corner. But, you know, we need more emergencies like that. It's not so much an emergency if you're going to be 15 minutes late to work, um, you know, or if you're going to be, I don't know. There's so many things. We're so skewed in our society about what's important and what's not. And sitting and enjoying the sunrise and the sunset and taking the time to have solar emergencies, because it's becoming more and more of an emergency that we do that, that we stop and we take time and we meditate and we stay quiet and we be grateful and we contemplate. I love the Gene Keys. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but the author of the book, The Gene Keys, such a beautiful um, spiritual book that's helped me a lot in the last 4 or 5 months. And he talks a lot about the word contemplation, that it's different than sort of thinking hard or, meditating where you're trying not to think, but to sit and wonder, just sit and wonder. And I really took his words to heart over the last, 5 or 6 months in Alaska, to sit and just contemplate this little, I wish I could zoom in, just how the light reflects. Where is the sun exactly right now behind there, and how is it reflecting off of those clouds, and it's kind of reflecting up here and through there, and not thinking too hard about it, but just contemplating how, the world is there for our amazement. So I encourage you to take a solar emergency or a lunar emergency or any kind of nature emergency and, take a few minutes to contemplate, because it's a very wise thing to do.